playing Batman again in the Flash. What's that feeling like?
It was a lot of fun. I had a great time. Yeah. I'm probably under some gag order I'm not even aware of. That's I probably just violated and I'm now going to be sued. But I think it was fun. I will say it was really fun. I love Ezra, and I had a chance to see Jason, who's over there making Aquaman, and him and his kids, and it was lovely. It was really a really nice way to revisit that, as the prior experience had been difficult.
This was a good experience.
This was lovely. Yeah, really.
So the information going around the Twitter sphere isn't even new information, courtesy of Grace Randolph and a Twitter user called My Time to Shine. Hello, for one, this information isn't even new. We've been over this information about 6 months ago. I don't understand why Grace and this Twitter user called My Time to Shine H is acting like it's their information and like it's an exclusive story, because we've known this for such a long time. I literally made a video on this about 6 months ago. This is not new information, but let's go over it, even though there really isn't any new information to go over, but let's go over it. So if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the pop culture, Marvel, DC, Kaiju-based videos. Subscribe to the channel, that helps us out a lot. Check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. So it's worth saying, chill. The report is very misleading, but it is actually real, but the way it's been articulated is not very good. So let's break it down. So it's worth saying that My Time to Shine dropped this 17 hours ago. Let's see who dropped it first. But Grace dropped it 18 hours ago. Does this mean My Time to Shine source is actually Grace? Because they're literally saying the same thing. So 18 hours ago, as the time of recording this video, Grace says, as I've told you, update. The Flash, Batfleck's final appearance. Old footage with Henry Cavill. So as we said, Henry Cavill is getting a cameo in this movie. I said it, we said it, and we all said it. New Justice League formed. Supergirl as new Superman. Keaton working with Bat Canary picks Batgirl as the new Batman. Like I said in a video about a week ago now, I did say that Michael Keaton isn't going to be the next Batman, and he isn't. And you also think when Discovery merger goes through, they've just taken over, they've just got the okay in Europe. You really think Discovery's going to want a Batgirl instead of a Batman? Nah. But let's go over this. So Grace is actually right, somewhat right, but the context is somewhat wrong. This is new DC. Let's be open-minded and give it a fair shot. The Keaton Black Canary stuff is obviously happens in a movie, to clarify. Also, it's worth saying in the official image for Batgirl, you can see Black Canary, so that isn't new information. Let's go over what My Time to Shine had to say 17 hours ago, which I find interesting because it's like you're saying this just after Grace said that. Did you get the information from Grace? I don't usually tweet about DC stuff, but I have, sorry, it says have, it should say have, a friend who's seen The Flash. The movie will erase every movie Snyder's done. Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League never happened, erased from the continuity. Affleck and Cavill are both gone. Yeah, Ezra Miller says something completely different. So let's go over what he actually says and let's actually break down what it actually means. Because as I said, the information is somewhat true, but it's articulated very poorly. Supergirl, now the main soups of Earth. Keaton is the Batman and Batgirl will become the new Batman after her film. So essentially, you're saying Batgirl is Batman. Michael Keaton isn't Batman. That's not what he's saying. Movie ends with The Flash, Supergirl, Shazam forming a new league. I'm assuming Gal Gadot Woman is still involved. Yes, she is involved. I can tell you that because she was shooting in July for Wonder Woman stuff. And then David S. Sundberg said Shazam is joining Justice League 2022. Started out with some great news. Then he went on to say that he doesn't actually know because he's not seen the movie. I mean, I haven't watched it or read the script of it, The Flash, so I guess anything could happen as far as I know. So essentially he's saying he doesn't know if Zachary Levi has shot a post-credit scene when they're asking him to form a new Justice League. So let's break down what this information actually means. So essentially, it's saying what I said on Twitter a few days ago and what I said in my YouTube video a few days ago is there's going to be a new timeline, a new universe. So all Zack Snyder's movies are DCEU canon. Now, why did I say the DCEU? Because the DCEU started with Man of Steel. So whatever Walter Hamada and Ann Sernoff and Toby Emmerich and all these jokers want to do, that is in the Hamadaverse. Yes, I'm excited for this movie. Yo, Warstu, you're fake. You're not a Snyder fan. Chill out, guys. Chill out. I'm excited for all DC properties to see the execution of this, because although this information's here, the movie doesn't come out till October. Reshoots can change anything. Just look what they're doing with Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. But to be fair, My Time to Shine on Twitter somewhat is credible and has got a lot of information correct recently. But let's be transparent here, guys. Literally everything for No Way Home was on Reddit for the last 6 months. So any scooper that got anything right about No Way Home, it doesn't add any validity or any credibility. So the information is stating it's going to wipe out the whole continuity of everything we know. The only problem with this is that Ezra Miller, the Flash, is going to know everything still happened. So you can't really wipe out everything because the Flash debuted in the Justice League movie, both of them. Then you have the actor who's playing Iris West. She debuted in the Zack Snyder Justice League. So how the hell is she going to appear in this movie if it's going to wipe everything out? Because everything still would have happened. And people are like, yo, Warstu, you just don't want to accept it. I know this is going to happen. This will happen. But the problem here is we have a concept of the multiverse, which means you could have the Burtonverse running, the SnyderVerse, the Walter Hamadaverse, the Twitter super duper made up information verse, all running at the same time. So the concept of a multiverse realistically means even if this information is 100% true, and it's somewhat true, it can't erase the whole continuity because it still literally and figuratively exists. Now let's hear what Ezra Miller had to say on Instagram. Fans are going crazy. The movie is going to erase Zack Snyder's movie. They don't see the potential the movie will bring. Now this information coming out, I've known about this information for a while, and like I say, it's been on the internet for 6 months. This will actually damage the movie somewhat. He said this: no power or force in any megaverse would or could ever erase Zack Snyder's mighty work. You can take that quote, take it to the bank, take it to the press, take it to the school, take it to the military, and the other pillar of capitalism. I'm forgetting because of that thing where if you try to think of a group of things, you will always forget one of them. So what is Ezra saying? Ezra's pretty much just said this. Ezra Miller hasn't debunked the rumor, but he's vaguely said the movie will exist still, and it will exist still. But what I find interesting is the way these Twitter super duper scoopers have articulated themselves is the problem here. Not what they're actually saying. The problem is the way they're articulating the information. Now, one of the Twitter super duper scoopers is actually speaking sense. So Casey Walsh said this: concerning the Flash stuff, I think people are using the term erasing to the extreme. I don't take it as them erasing anything. It sounds more like a new universe is created using old and new elements with similar ideas and origins occurring that will be in the main universe. Yes, but the new main universe isn't going to be DCEU because that can't be, because that is associated to the SnyderVerse. So whatever this new Hamadaverse is, it's going to be interesting to see how they execute it. And also, seeing as we're on Twitter, read out some other people's impressions. So Mr. Heavy Spoilers said this: sounds like it's basically going to be a Christ and Infinite Earth Flashpoint New 52 situation where some stuff is dropped whilst other elements are kept to form a new kind of DCEU. So I agree with them comments. I agree with everyone's comments. But essentially, it's just a wording where it came out, these super duper Twitter scoopers saying that it's going to erase everything from canon, and it's not actually going to erase it from canon. It's just not going to be canon. So it's still going to be there without actually being there. But it is very interesting. And now we have people basically saying that Henry Cavill Superman is done. Ben Affleck Batman is done. Now, the Ben Affleck situation is very interesting because Ben Affleck was an alcoholic. He was a drunk. He was never going to come back. He came back to shoot for Zack Snyder's Justice League. He came back to do the Flash movie, which you could now say was his way of saying goodbye. But you sure as hell know if Discovery, when they come through, now it's just passed through antitrust in Europe, which means it's probably going to be closing sometime in the middle of 2022. Discovery can continue the SnyderVerse to DCEU because the multiverse is a concept where everything can happen, anything can happen. So people are talking about Henry Cavill Superman like it's a one and done and like it's done with. Matt Ramos, aka The Real Soups, had this to say on Twitter: I'm going to miss Henry Cavill Superman. And yeah, I somewhat agree with what he's saying. At the moment, it looks like Henry Cavill Superman is done. It looks like Ben Affleck Batman is done. It looked like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man was done. It looked like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man was done. But years later, they returned, and now they're allegedly getting The Amazing Spider-Man 3, and they were going to appear in multiple projects. Do you get my point here? Nothing in Hollywood, nothing in this life is ever set in stone. My God, Warstu, you're backtracking. I'm not backtracking. I'm actually agreeing with the information. But what I'm saying is the potential of Zack Snyder Justice League 2 and 3 and the Batfleck project, it's all up in the air. It could all still happen. And I'm not going to be one of these fake DC fans that goes, yo, I'm not going to watch any DC property ever ever now because the SnyderVerse. No, as much as I like the SnyderVerse and I think the Justice League Snyder movie, the most recent Zack Snyder Justice League movie, was the best movie of 2021, I'm still excited for the Batman. I'm still excited to see Black Adam, to see Shazam 2, to see, well, maybe not Aquaman 2, let's be honest, I'm not excited for that because they haven't shown me anything. But I'm still excited for all these properties that have absolutely nothing. I think the Batman will be the best movie of 2022. But all I'm saying, guys, is chill and hang on. Hold up. Zach was not teasing crisis in the back of his turkey for no reason. And I know what people are going to say, but these super duper scoopers said stuff. They said stuff that you could look on the internet that was already out there 6 months ago, that this Justice League Flash movie, because this Flash movie is essentially kind of like a Justice League movie, because you got 2 Batmans in it, etc. It's not new information. I don't understand why people were reacting last night. My DMs on Instagram got blew up at Warstu, if you want to follow me and see the face behind the voice. But I was like, I responded to a few people on voice note, be like, this is not new information. It's really not new information. And I'm glad we have the Batman movie this year for something to look forward to, because all the SnyderVerse fans are gonna boycott, make videos screaming, saying, frig you, Warner Bros. Realistically, whatever Warner Bros. Wants to do, it's gonna do it regardless of how much social media interactions the SnyderVerse stuff pulls in. We already know Zack Snyder Justice League was the most successful movie in its own right for a streaming movie of 2021. But as I keep saying, Discovery merger has just passed in Europe. It needs to pass in every other country as well, sure. But if they want to restore stuff, they will. And if Ben Affleck still says no, then that's perfectly fine. But if Zack Snyder's like, yo, Ben, do you want to do that series we're going to do about Batman? He will be like, yeah, sure, bro. He really will. So it's fascinating to me. Because the information came out recently that it was Ben Affleck that turned down the opportunity to be Batman after the Flash movie. Wasn't Warner Bros. Ben Affleck was like, yo, if Snyder's not involved, I don't want anything to do with you, Warner Brothers. So it's more of a situation where Ben Affleck doesn't want to work with Warner Brothers because he wants to work on Zack Snyder's vision. Now, I can't say if that's 100% concrete, but guys, there's nothing to worry about. Because of the multiverse, because of everything, there's nothing to worry about. Let's just, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but let's just listen to what Grace is saying. Let's just be mindful. This will be the new DC movieverse. Let's be open-minded, give it a fair shot. Because realistically, if you are a real fan of comic book-based movies, it realistically doesn't matter who is helming them. It really doesn't. Like the most recent Suicide Squad movie, I really enjoyed it. Oh yes, Zack Snyder did get a credit for it, but it wasn't his movie. Do you get where I'm coming from? The Batman movie looks fantastic, looks freaking insane. Nothing to do with Zack Snyder. Now, I know you DC fanboys and you DC fans are very passionate, but if you are real DC fans, you will watch anything. I don't care what you say, you're gonna watch the Batman and you'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch the Batman because it's got nothing to do, yeah, it has got something to do with Warner Bros. And Walter Hamada, because Walter Hamada has to okay, and Walter Hamada is an EP on everything. So realistically, if you're a real DC fan, you're gonna watch the Flash movie because just like everyone else, you want to see if the super duper Twitter scoopers information is correct. So as for now, we will double down on the SnyderVerse stuff because it's all on hold. It could be on hold for years. Like I said, Toby and Andrew returned. Anything is possible. Chill out. And as I said, Michael Keaton isn't Batman. It's Batgirl who's Batman. Like I said, different universes. If it's not DCEU, it's essentially turning this Flash movie into a Flashpoint somewhat based movie where everything will change, but stuff that were already there will still exist, but it won't be relevant. Literally like Andy Muschietti said. He literally said about a year ago, everything that's happened so far will still exist, but it will slightly be reset post the movie. So I don't understand why anyone was getting triggered by this information, because this is old information. It's just got a bit more tidbits from Grace and from My Time to Shine, which, to be fair, the channel will start using him because him or her, I've got no idea who this character is, but whoever that handle is, they are somewhat credible. So like always, guys, Check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. I've got like 5 followers over there. And like always, guys, if you want to debate me down below, be like, yo, Warstu, you freaking lied. Let's have a conversation down below, guys. I'm more than happy to have a conversation in the comments with you guys because I'm one of the few YouTubers who will actually do that for you. And we'll have a conversation down below. And if you think I'm absolutely wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But all I've said is literally everything I know. And I've basically agreeing with the information that's come out because it's true. But that does not mean the SnyderVerse is dead and buried. Yeah, if I put that in the title, sorry, it just is what it is. Like always, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. And we'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.